Okay, greetings. I hope all is well. This is a late one. It is 12:21 a.m. Why is my tail up this late? I don't know. When my bedtime is almost always very early. But we're going to hop on in regardless of this 12:21 telling on me, and it just went to 12:22 a.m. on this Monday, August the 10th. But let us clear the energy. I'm going to sip on my chamomile, help me fall asleep, and clove tea. And we are here to see what this energy wants to say. All right, so let's clear the energy. And let's hop on in and have a good time. Yes, I needed that. So welcome. This is Vibrational Guidance Over Truth. An oracle more so than tarot channel, where we hop in and we see what energy is current. That's our focus. We are not focusing on the past. We are not focusing on the future. We're focusing on right now. What do we need to know? Okay? And regardless of when you come upon this message. So there's a particular situation that you have hopped in here for to get clarity on. Make mental note of it by maybe writing it down to yourself, texting it to yourself, putting it as a memo, jotting it down on your hand. And let's see if there are any signs, symbols, numbers, colors, objects, synchronicities that show up for you. All right, I just want to get all of our decks shuffled and set and ready. Actually, let me put that back up there. But how have you been doing? I know it's been interesting around my way. School year is about to get started where I am. So all of those types of things are up and flowing. But other than that, it's good, y'all. It is good. I hope things are well with you. If they are not, there is a reason why. My favorite quote, some of you know, is everything is figure-outable. All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's hop into this energy. So, divine guides, thank you so much for this opportunity to read for the collective. I am here willing and wanting to relay whatever message you all would like to have come through. Please speak clearly. We are ready. For those of you who are, again, willing and wanting to relay a message, we're ready. Thank you. All right. What would you like to say is the current energy? Please speak. What is the current energy right now for the collective? All right. I'm hearing nothing. There's nothing I need to tell you. Bold-headed ass is what I heard. I don't even know where that comes from. Bold-headed ass. Well, you your bold tail. Okay. If there's truly nothing, can I ask about specific situations? And I'm hearing yes. So let's ask about love. After that, we'll do new beginnings. If nothing comes out for love, I heard new beginnings as well. Is what I want to ask about. Anything for love? Anything you want to say to the collective about love? And I'm hearing no, they know what to do in that situation. So no, okay. How about new beginnings? And if not, we'll pull and see what story the cards would like to relay. Anything about new beginnings? Is there anything about new beginnings? Perhaps a move, a new job, start of a school year, new. Anything about new beginnings. I heard, nope, tell the tale that the cards tell. Okay, so we are going to tell the tale that the cards tell. I'm going to pull 4 from each. Y'all saw me shuffle. And we're going to see what they say, all right? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse the watch tan from my being outside and sun getting to me a little bit. If you can see that there, it's a little light. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we'll actually pull these to the side so we can move on up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our final, I did hear, I heard go get them from the bottom. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, let's go ahead and get our final confirmation card from our Aboriginal deck. And let's see what message will confirm all of this. Let's see what kind of story they're trying to tell us is going on, just for kicks and giggles. I knew this card was going to be the card. I don't know if y'all saw, but it like popped out on its own. Something told me, I had a feeling that it was going to be the card. So let me take a little sip of my tea and let's get started. Okay, first up, we have the Courage card. So right now, current energy, some of you, the divine guides, are saying, take courage, have courage, take decisive action, be empathetic towards yourself, and be aware of what you have going on. So looking at you, some of you need to be aware of what your current situation actually is. I'm hearing as it pertains to you having your own bird's eye view. Then some of you, again, empathetic came out, and here we have the empath on this card. So there's our first synchronicity between the 10 and the 14, and it says compassion. So current energy right now, some of you seriously need to have compassion for yourself. And I know this rings true of me personally. So empathetic right here, and the empath, have an empath out here twice. Just to relay my own story, I tend to lose weight in the summertime, and then of course I gain weight in the fall and winter time. And this past spring, it was really hard for me to let that weight that I had gained go. I had gotten up more than, I would say, 60 pounds than what I normally am. And for the entire spring, it was so hard to get that weight off. And I said, this summer, I'm going to work hard and I'm going to get that weight off. And my original goal was to do a lot of extreme things, which I did do some of them. But after I saw my body change, I started getting on the scale more, and that scale has not moved, y'all. I don't know what they call this, a doggone plateau. It is sickening. It is so sickening and disgusting. But the scale, it is slowly, not even at all changing. Sometimes it shows increased weight. I make sure to do it first thing in the AM, so that it's after the body's had time to sleep and detox, and after the first pee or whatever, so you get that excess water weight on from everything flushing while you sleep. But man, and I'm in a better place. I am happier with my health and what I'm eating and the amount of movement I've been committed to. But I have not been having compassion with myself, if I'm honest, as of lately, because my body has been saying rest. Actually, the messages I've been getting it from everywhere outside of me have been saying rest, rest, rest. And I have been resting with every moment that pops up that I can. I have been sitting my tail down and literally going horizontal and taking a nap. And I'm talking like 2 hours is what's my body been grabbing. And it's made me feel so self-aware that will I have reached my goal by the end of the summer, considering how much rest I've been taking on. But this rings true with me because I need to even be aware. You've put in a lot of work. For some of you right now, you've decided what decisive actions you're going to take. I've come up with my workout plan and been committed to it outside of the times where I need to show myself some compassion and rest. Then we have here this 36 solitude card: separation, freedom, dominion, and spirituality. So some of you right now are in solitude. Again, I can resonate with this myself. I have been in solitude, figuring out what are my spiritual practices, my new spiritual tendencies. And in order to do this, having to separate from friends, from family, from coworkers, from any type of individual that would like to speak to what I'm doing. I don't need outside voices and opinions right now. Some of you can relate to that too. It's mainly about you. And then we have here with Cultivate, 32 card. So I see we have 2 ones, the one from the 10, one from the 14, and then we have this 36 and this 32, 2 threes out here. And it says nurture, attentive, and mindful. So we are in a season right now, and I'm including myself in on this just off top. It's my channel, so it's what I want to say. Well, we're cultivating a new sense of self, but we are being reminded that though you're going in solitude and creating this new sense of self, figuring out what are the foods you want to nurture yourself with. Like I just wrote down, what could be my ideal meal of the day if I were to be an OMAD? And for those of you who don't know, OMAD, OMAD stands for 1 meal a day type of person. I've seen a lot of that on my social media feed, and women, specifically Black women past a certain age range, who have had extreme success with turning to this new way of life. And I wrote down my ideal meal, like, if money is not a factor at all, I want for my 1 meal to be a nice big piece of steak, probably a bone-in ribeye, with the side of half of a potato. I know to be conscious of carbs, with my sauce being a guacamole. So mash me up some avocado with some lime juice. I like extra lime juice in mine. Cilantro, olive oil, salt, pepper, some garlic, and a little bit of red onions chopped up in there, with 2 baked eggs on top. And yes, baked eggs, meaning you crack the egg, you line the glass pan with some oil, and then you put it in the glass pan and you bake it in the oven. Baked egg. Of course, season it with your salt and pepper, whatever you like. And I want my baked egg on top of my steak with my guacamole with extra lime and cilantro in it. And I want a side of grilled vegetables, which would be for me zucchini, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, bell pepper, onion, and garlic. And that's my ideal meal. You give me a fruit salad. What I love is some kiwi, blueberries, blackberries, and cut me up some pears and some grapes. That's my fruit salad. But though we are, I just went on that because I feel the need to say it's time for a change. It's time to even have a change in what we're visualizing for our life, what can be. I know it's hard sometimes to see an outcome before it is. Trust me, I get that. But whatever you're doing to nurture yourself, be mindful and be attentive of what your goals are. Specifically, be mindful of your spiritual system, your spirit, having to grapple with the ego from your soul. That's why you're in solitude, to silence that soul ego voice in which you can and cannot have based on other people's old narratives said over and over again to you, and be empathetic and compassionate with yourself as you shut down those old voices on that old path, which is still there. That's your majority narrative. And what you're going through right now is allowing this new version of yourself that you are cultivating, that you have found in solitude, that you would like to exude, to slowly start to courageously come out. Confirmation here up under courage, we have the 39 creativity card. So serious synchronicities here with this letter C from courage, the courage to be creative and to cultivate. Next we have here the 22 transformation card. So yes, you are going through a transformation. You are cultivating a new way of being. Now we have here new beginnings. Weren't we just talking about new beginnings? So yes, this is a new beginning. It's something you're realizing who you want to be. And it's not who you want to be, who you actually are, you're capable of being, especially with all of the resources and support. And then finally, we have here the 12 card, the truth. This is the actual truth. Wow. Look at that. So synchronicities, number one on the table are all of these twos. This 12, this 2, and this 22. And y'all saw me shuffle and put the decks up top. We also have this 32, and then synchronicities with our threes, this 39 of creativity, 36 of solitude, 32 of create, so, and our one. So I'm just going to read this in the three different versions that we have with our twos. It is time for you to cultivate and nurture the real you that has been buried and bogged down up under other people's voices of who you are. Be attentive to who you actually are. Be mindful of what they have said that you're doing away with, because what you will discover is there is an actual you truth in there. This you truth in there is your new beginning as you begin to walk in that and then transform your outward environment to reflect your inward environment. That's your two. Your three is saying, and this is a creative process, Source God, Mother Gaia is flowing into you. Your divine guides and ancestors that are here for the manifestation of your highest, best, good, will, and way, they are creatively flowing into you and into all of your cups as you are in solitude, and they are informing you of how free you are, of the importance of this separation, and they're saying, we want you to nurture and cultivate and be mindful of this specific thing. Now, going from our connection with our ones, but this means you need to be compassionate because this is a process, and have courage. All right. Love that. Now, let's see what we have here with our Egyptian cards. First card we have here is 31, Wise Dominion. So, yes, you are being told to be wise. 31, we got more threes out here and more ones. Not only are you being told to be wise, but I'm going to go ahead and look at the next card, which, look at that synchronicity. 32 right on top of the 31 card right here. This is purification. So you're being told to be wise with how you purify. That's something, again, I can directly relate to. One of the crazy things or extreme things I've done this summer that I paid attention to, people talking about, is try different types of fasting. So 3-day water fast, and I would eat Monday to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of the week, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, just water fast, unlimited water. Of course, being conscious of water right before bed, so I'm not having to go to the bathroom and disturbing my sleep. But I've had a successful 3-day water fast, and I've had some unsuccessful 3-day water fast where I ended up turning to fruit or soup or something to help me out, and learning through that process. So purifying the body is very important right now. Cleaning up your eating. I know there are people out there who are fruitarians. I've even thought about that. But again, the concern is, well, what about the protein? Yeah, the body has all of this excess that it can burn through that we desire and need for it to be burned through. But there's a wise way to go about doing this. All right. Next card we have up. So again, threes, 31 and 32. Be wise with how you choose to purify. I know that speaks to me. Next we have 29, alchemical force. So more of these twos. Again, 29 and 39 are out here. And then we have our resurrection card. So the alchemical force within you is to resurrect and to, I'm here being lifted up by your guides, by your spiritual force to be this new you. Your alchemical force is to elevate compassion towards yourself in this solitude type of space so that you can resurrect that true you that's here to express unashamed, unequivocally what you're here to express. So you are an alchemical force. Remember that. And you are an alchemical force that is here to resurrect some aspect of you that was silenced, that was put on the back burner from past lifetimes. You're being told not to do that this time around. And then we have, again, look at these crazy synchronicities, more of our 30s. So we have 35 protection, and you are being protected as we go through this process. Y'all saw me shuffle these cards and put all those decks up there at the top, and we just pulled. You are being protected while you are doing this. Are you going to make mistakes? Potentially. It's not a guaranteed yes, and it's not a guaranteed no. It's potentially possible, but you are being protected for this new beginning that you're cultivating as a result of going in solitude. And we have the 10 card. So 2 tens, 10 from truth and justice and 10 of courage. You're being asked to tell the truth to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Don't comfort yourself. Don't say that you can and, oh, I'm changing my mind because, make these justifications. Your justice is here. And your justice is a result of you being deserving of this new beginning and these miraculous resources, funding, abundance is what I actually was hearing, that is here right now for you because of this new beginning. Your energy, when it pings new, it receives new to support the new. And that support can look like different things. But right now, what we're being called to is, and let's just see if what I was about to say is confirmed by what's up under here. We're being called to 23, union and power, union with self, union with our spiritual guides, the spiritual forces, the spiritual team, the unseen realm that is always working in the background for you to get that yes that you need, for you to hear that no that you need, and to know that there is power in that choice and that decision making moment. Because 34, any rejection is protection. And we have protection out here twice. And look at that synchronicity. Protection from all dangers, 34. And then we just looked at the 35 protection. So you are doubly protected, okay? Protection came out right here. And protection from all dangers is right here. So these synchronicities, y'all, I'm grateful for them. Goodness knows, because I probably could have jacked up my kidneys at one point this summer trying all these different types of dry fast and water fast and only eat 4 days a week, or doing 24-hour fast and then eat the next day, 24-hour fast, eating, and then hearing people having a podcast talking about doing 36-hour fast. So fasting for 36 hours, either dry or water, and then eat, and then 36 dry fast and eating. Done probably took my kidneys and pancreas all through the winger trying to lose this weight. sickening and funny. But to lay it all straight, the synchronicities are here. All right. I want to tell this story one more way for us, because this is just wild. This, to me, this is wild. Like absolutely wild, wild, wild. We have two 32s, the 32 of purification, the 32 of cultivate. So you're cultivating a new purified version of you. We have two 10s out here, courage with truth and justice. We also have the synchronicity of the 22 and the 23. The 22 right here of transformation, and this 23 of union and power. So transforming the union with yourself and the power with yourself right now. My word. And then, of course, we do have the 34 and 35. 34 of protection from all dangers. And this 35 again, protection. You know you protected. So I'm hearing it's okay to make that mistake. And we're not saying make a mistake on purpose. I hate those type of people, to be honest, who are like, well, you got to live and learn, so I'm gonna make this choice anyways. And them knowing, bold face knowing that they should not do it, but they're doing it just because of immediate gratification. No. And I'm just saying it personally because that's how I feel too. I hate you. I hate those types of people. Make the best choice. And then if that choice turns out to be a mistake, you are protected. I'm hearing it's like, oh, I don't want to use that example because that's too personal. But I'm going to let it leave my head because it hit my heart. It's like a person saying, I know I feel called to do X as a career choice, as a job, as a direction to go in for monetary gain to take care of the bills. And they've been putting in some groundwork, been doing some things, maybe have a website, maybe have some resources, some products, some whatever it is, some connections. And they just choose to say, well, like all these other people did out here, I'm going to take a leap of faith, quit my job, sew in, put that time in, and it's just going to make it. It's going to come through, and I'm going to be set. The universe, God, the divine guides, the angels, I'm going to be set to be able to take care of my needs with the resources that come in for following my passion. And then it doesn't quite work out that way. It's rough. Something happens with transportation, potentially. Something happens with a family member. Whatever those things are, those tests that could come up, those become discouraging markers. And now it's well, should I go back to that job? Should I look for another job like it? What kind of reference can I get considering how I left? And the confidence I had is not the confidence that I currently have in that particular scenario situation. Move careful with it. Again, cultivate a plan in solitude. We're not saying jump ship, but we, your divine guides, the message that I'm getting is saying, have the courage to know that you are here with life right now for such a time as this. To number one, be courageous with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Be aware of what is going on in your situation. And be truthful and know that justice for anything wrong done to you is being rendered, whether you see justice or you don't. 12. Again, truth. I just noticed this. Truth is out here twice also. So protection is out here twice, and truth is out here twice. Truth and justice, 10, and then 12, truth. And right now I'm flowing through the ones first. So courage and truth and justice. After 10 and 10, be honest with yourself. Be truthful. Tell the truth about what are the things that you have allowed. You got to hold yourself accountable to slow you down, to hold you back. And then be the empath to yourself. This is not a season of doing it for other people. Be empathetic to yourself. And what that means is be compassionate. Compassionate of what you may ask. Let's follow these twos in order. Be compassionate that you're starting something new. You're in agreement, you're in alignment that something new is going on right now. You've already taken the steps. And you're being honest with yourself that you do want your present situation to change, going from this 2 to this 12. Now moving from the 2 to the 12 right here, you're also knowing that this transformation is needed. Like this caterpillar right here, you need this change. Not only do you need this change from the 22 to the 23, but you need this newness of union and power with yourself, with the spirit team that is here for your highest good. And you need to see power being performed on your behalf. You need to see something to believe something. I'm hearing all this spiritual talk is good, but it's time to see something. And what is it that you're being called to see? The alchemical force. These things that when you speak them into existence, you ask so you receive, you seek so you find, you knock literally physically on the doors in your house before you walk through those gateways, those portals, and you are answered from the other side. And going through whatever these ritualistic practices are, they are bringing about, because we're at the 29th, so the last of our 2 cards, they're bringing about, and let me find our first for our 30s, our youngest 30, if you will. That's how it popped up in my mind, 31. What you're finding is wise dominion, this 31, that you are capable of being wise. You are capable of being, I'm hearing, calm before making a decision. You can pause before speaking. You can pause before reacting. You can take a breath. It jogged to mind a story of when I was married and things were rough. Like the picking at me was rough, and I was working on my master's in marriage, couple, and family therapy. One of the things that I would do when he was going at me, especially in a car ride, when he was driving and I'm just in the passenger seat, is I would breathe and I would massage this part of my hand. I don't know why, I don't know where it came from, but it came even a thing for him to start noticing and picking on me about what I'm stressing you out, what you doing that thing with your hand again, trying to soothe yourself, what I'm messing with your nerves. You don't realize how whatever was being talked about was aggravating to him. And even my breathing, if I would just take a breath quietly, as quiet as I could, just and center myself and try to ground myself. Any breath, whether eyes open or eyes closed, oh, that would trigger as well. But you're being told, it does not matter. I'm being told, we are being told, it does not matter other people's outward reactions to the things we need to do to stay wise, to think before we speak, to think before we act. You hold on to those measures, that counting down from 10, that taking that quiet, deep breath, or several of them, that massaging of your hands or your temples. You do that to stay in your wise dominion, because doing that is cultivating, is nurturing, is showing proof that you are attending to and being mindful of this purification season. It's like, now you got that. Now with this 32, now you got the reason why we have you in this season is to test you to see if you can handle the tests on this level and get to the point where they are of null and void relevance in your life. After 32, here we have our 34 card, and you are protected from all danger when you do this. I don't know what I thought he was going to do to me in the car as a result of me needing to take the breath or being on the couch and me rubbing my hands the way I was. But I was still protected from all dangers in those situations. You are protected from all dangers. And if not, get the hell out and leave with immediacy. Call the police, go to the station, state your case, file that restraining order, have the police be there while you get your things, your family members' things, and you get out and you go. Find the shelters, get the help and the assistance, and get out. We're not here for staying in no hot mess and staying in danger, irregardless of the financial support. When you need to leave, it's time to leave. And it's been past time due to leave for some of you. So leave. That's the truth. But I will move on because I was speaking about protection, this 34, and I, went on that little tangent, and that's the 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Do what you see the steps, progression. Do what you need to do, leave. If that's your particular situation, if you're in a violent, and even not violent, but even whatever the situation is that you need to leave. And you're protected from all dangers. Again, after 34, we have 35. You are protected again from all dangers. Don't worry, baby, is what I'm hearing. We got you. Let that ninja try something if you want to. We got you. Moving from 35 to 36. Stay in that solitude, though. Stay in that separation from those relationships, from those mindsets, from those karmic family relationships. Again, some people come around this lifetime who are lessons we didn't get over in past lifetimes. If you've ever had a deja vu, you've been here before. And you get deja vus as confirmations that this is a moment that you have experienced in the past, and you are experiencing that deja vu because it is a confirmation that you have reached the next checkpoint. You did something, you made a decision, you thought something in correct alignment with going higher and further on the right path. It's different from the gut feeling when you get that gut feeling that, no, I shouldn't be doing this. Something telling me I shouldn't be doing that. That's different. Now we're moving on past our 36 to our last card, which is 39, creativity. You being in solitude is going to open up these creative floodgates. All right, let's see what our confirmation card is. And it is love. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at this. Love for us. Before you can truly love another, I knew it was going to talk about loving us. Yes, you got to love you, baby. Before you can truly love another, you need to open your heart and allow yourself to receive love first. This is all about you going in solitude and doing for you, boo-boo. If you open your heart to love, it will flow into your soul. And that's the reading. That's the reading right there. I don't even want to get no numbers because this is all about you. This is the season of it's all about you, boo. Let people call it what they want to call it. It's only gonna ruffle their feathers because you are not at their beck and call to hear their gossiping phone calls, to hear the nonsense they have going on that they enjoy cultivating. That's it. And then look at these synchronicities. We're taking steps. I love this. We're taking steps. We have 1 and 2. Don't we have a 12 out here? Yes, we do. 1, 2. Some of you are at step 1, recognizing I don't love myself and I need to figure out why. Why am I surrounded by people who don't support me loving myself and having a healthy love life with myself? Or cut them off, go in solitude, be compassionate with myself as I courageously dig deep within the shadows of my heart and my mind and figure out the whys I don't feel positive towards myself. And I need to cultivate a path towards getting there. And then we have these next set of steps. We have our 4s out here, and we have our 5s. So 44 could be a synchronicity that some of you are seeing. 55 could be a synchronicity, 12, or it could be 45. I'm hearing it's 2 45-year-olds. Y'all might be around the same age range, but y'all's maturity levels is totally different. Okay? They are not on your wavelength, baby. Not on your wavelength at all whatsoever. This message is about you loving you and transforming, which is a new beginning in truth. Ooh, what was that fell? Okay, that's crazy. K fell on the ground and K is right here. So we're not missing nothing. All right, so let's come. Oh, we got an X. We take whatever spills out, and I go down to the bottom, pull those up. We got an F that spilled out, and let's go down and see what we have. All right. You got any of these synchronicities in your life? And so many have landed up. So it could be either or. Let's start on the side. So we know we have our K. You got any people with a K's, places with a K in your life? We have an X. So is this an X that you need to let go of? Y, X, Y, again, progressive steps. 1 and 2, X, Y, like X, Y, Z. We have an F. Somebody you need to tell to go F off. Okay. We have a G. So you can go into the solitude and get good with you. It's time for you to get good. We have another F. So again, 2 Fs. Somebody seriously needs to. Another K. Go kick rock. So K's and F's out here multiple times. And this is about you. I know you starts with a Y, but we got our Y and we have a U out here twice. This is about you, baby. We got a D, so maybe the letter D is significant. We have an L. This is about you loving yourself. That is out here on the table. All right. We have a Q, so you quickly need to make this choice to be going on this path starting R right now, because in the interim of you entertaining these all nonsense, no yearning. We got another Y out here for better in their own life. They're just taking you down. So our cubes that landed on the side, we have a D and we have a W. I know we already have a D, so 2 Ds, confirmation on that. This one on the side, we have a K, and on the other side, we have a P, and we're going to take our K. Triple confirmations on K. So it's time for you to kick something to the curb, baby. All right, we have another L, and on the other side it's an O, and we can put that L right here, but I'm gonna go ahead and put that O down because you and loving you is the focus of this reason. And again, X is what was also on the side, and this C, and I'm going to take this C. We have our X, but this is about you courageously cultivating the true you so that this creative task, whatever that creative task is, can come out. I'm hearing if it's a journal, if it's a to-do list, whatever it is, boo-boo, who's going to see it? There's so many other versions of it out there. Key point to make: other versions, not your version, baby. Do what you're called to do. You are protected out here twice, 34, 35. This is your truth. Truth is out here twice, 10 and 12. But you got to go through this transformation and be in solitude and love yourself first, okay? Well, I love you all very much. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a great one. Catch you on the next one.